I'm Dr. Ugorji. I'm the Commissioner for Homeland Security and Vigilante Affairs in Imo State.
Okay, sir. Can you tell us where members of various communities has collaborated with security agencies in busting criminal activities in the state?
Thank you. One of the responsibilities of the ministry is to organize vigilante groups and have them registered, formalized, and standardized across the state. And we've been doing that since the inception of the ministry. So we now have a network of locally organized vigilante groups in the state. And part of the responsibility of the vigilante groups, of course, is intelligence, meaning giving or providing information and data that then can be used to come up with actionable intelligence. So there has been several instances where we have vigilante members and even just general members of the community who have information because we have this slogan that if you see something or hear something, say something. And so we've had instances where organized separatist groups wanted to carry out an operation and we received information about it. We have instances where there are some criminal syndicates who are engaged in kidnapping and we get intelligence about it and we send security officers to go and prevent those activities. Now those are such that I cannot tell you exactly who gave us the information and where, because that compromises the security formations. But yes, there has been instances in Imo State where community members and members of vigilante groups have provided us actionable intelligence which helped us prevent some security breaches in the state.
Okay, so has community in various communities across the state?
Well, community policing is a general term, right? It essentially means a policing system that is centered in the communities where the police officers reside and work. That's the essential idea in community policing, that security officers, in this case the police or the vigilante groups, ought to come from the communities where they reside, where people know them and where they know who the people are. It makes it easier for them to navigate the security challenges in those areas. So to the extent that Imo State has a network of vigilante groups organized locally, and to the extent that we have local police stations and DPOs that are assigned to specific local government areas in the state, and to the extent that community members have been able to provide information and seek help when they need help from these outfits, then yes, community policing has been helpful, and to the extent that we can enhance it and strengthen it, it would do a lot of good for our security challenges in the state and in the nation.
Okay, sir. What avenues can the people use to identify the police or security agencies of insecurity for their quick response, if there are any in the state?
Well, as I have indicated, the security network or outfit here in Imo State is anchored on traditional rulers. That is to the extent that these networks are state-owned and state-run or locally owned and locally run. So His Excellency Governor Hope Uzodinma has made us to understand that the traditional rulers in each autonomous community is the chief security officer of that autonomous community. Our efforts here in the ministry to organize vigilante groups, that is locally organized vigilante groups, is also anchored on traditional rulers. So no security outfit, especially a vigilante group, can operate within any autonomous community without the knowledge and approval of the traditional ruler. So the first point of call, in other words, in terms of a local area, is to contact your traditional ruler. And then to the extent that there are locally organized vigilante groups, also contact them. And as I have indicated, virtually every LGA is covered by a DPO, a police DPO. And there is usually an officer in charge of those police stations. Those are other aspects, other avenues to convey information that has security implications. Now, of course, because His Excellency Governor Hope Uzodinma has created the Ministry of Homeland Security and Vigilante Affairs, we are now also one avenue through which people can send information or can ask questions that are related to security in the state. We have a telephone number that is central to the office, and as we say, we are here 24 hours a day and 7 days a week, and I can provide you that telephone number at the end of this interview.
Okay, so that takes us for them so that they can be able to provide security gadgets as they were asking for to enable their own locally organized security outfits perform effectively.
Yes, absolutely. As a matter of fact, this ministry has recommended, and His Excellency Governor Hope Uzodinma has submitted an executive bill to the Imo State House Assembly establishing a security trust fund for the state. The security trust fund will enable citizens, corporations, and government agencies, especially federal agencies, to be able to send or donate both funds and materials and equipment through a centralized outlet to be known as the Imo Security Trust Fund. It is believed that through that trust fund, we can then fund security concerns, or help fund anyway, security concerns around the state, including what you just raised, which is the local vigilante groups. They require to be equipped, they require to be trained, and they also require to be paid if we want them to be effective at their posts. So yes, the state government is cognizant of that need, and we're working to set up a security trust fund, which we hope eventually will enable us augment the state resources and the federal resources as they concern security operations in the state.
Okay, so what is your general advice to people of the states as regards to not only the people of the states, particularly as regards to this current security situation in the country?
Well, the first thing I would say about that is that one, security is a concern for all of us, and security is also the business of all of us. So we all should be our brothers and sisters keepers. When we see somebody, one of us in distress in a security-related incident, we should stop to help or call for help. The second thing I want to say is that His Excellency Governor Hope Uzodinma prioritizes the security and safety of people and property in Imo State. He prioritizes it so much that he created a Ministry of Homeland Security and Vigilante Affairs to do a holistic undertaking of the challenges we face in the security realm within the state. And then the other thing I want to say to our people is that we need to cooperate with security outfits in the state. In other words, whether they are police officers or the army or the vigilante groups, these are men and women who are risking their lives to help us protect ourselves and protect our property. Their jobs will be made a lot easier if we cooperate with them, if we respect them, if we have some patience with them as they carry out their duties in the state. Thank you.